Hey everybody, and welcome back. Well, this video surprised you, didn't you? Because you weren't expecting anything. But you will notice it is very short. So what has happened is that the weather's gone mad. It's 60 degrees outside, which is what, 15 centigrade? Something like that. So I'd got the jets for the carb, managed to find jets. I still can't find a gasket that fits the bowl, but anyway, I've fiddled around and I think I've got the carb sorted out nicely. So I thought, okay, why don't I just video me having a little bit ride round on it today, seeing as the weather's nice. It's going to rain tomorrow, I think, but it's still going to be fine. Because the problem is, this happened last year as well. When it gets warm like this, the fruit trees blossom. We have four apple trees and a peach tree. And the blossom comes out on them, and of course we get frost right up until April. So you get some nice blossom, and then you get a night that's below freezing, a couple of nights anyway, just kills all the blossom, and that's it. So it's annoying enough for us to lose our fruit, but obviously for people with orchards, it can be the loss of entire year's income. So there you go. So I'm on my own. I'm going to take the camera out and just put it on a tripod and move it around a couple of times, so you'll get to see me ride around this bit next to the garage here, and then afterwards I'm going to show you something. I might have shown you it before, but I can't remember, and I'm not going to go looking through lots of videos to see if I have, so my apologies if you've already seen this. If not, this will be the first time for you. So let me go and set up, and we'll do a few minutes of video of riding, and then I'll show you this thing. Alright, I'll apologise in advance for any road noise. Right, let me move you a little bit. The last bit there actually was in second. It pulls quite well. I can really get low speed in second. Alright, well first of all I just watched those couple of bits of riding video to make sure they looked alright, and apart from the road noise, the sort of inbuilt microphone in the camera really picks up engine noise. It doesn't sound as bad as that. The little bit of clanking you can hear in the first ride actually is the chain touching the chain guard, so I do have to look at that. But other than that, it starts nicely. There's a tick over, an idle, really good, so I'm pleased with it. As I say, it doesn't lug like the Enfield does, but I think the flywheels are a lot lighter than that. Okay, so you know, I'm sure I showed you this, but never mind. This was the kickstart that came with it. I put a bend in it, but it, as you can see, it sticks out a lot. So I wanted one of those close folding in ones. So I bought this. And my original plan was to cut that off there and to cut this off and then to weld the pivot thing, this sort of top part here, onto there. But didn't like that much. I was talking to Dick. This is what seems to make me think I've told you this, because I seem to remember telling you this, and Dick just said, make a new knuckle thing. So I thought, oh yeah, right. But anyway, I thought, why not? It would be a good bit of machining exercise for me. So I made this. Now, I didn't have a piece of, God, I'm sure I've told you this. I didn't have a piece of steel that was quite thick enough, and I thought I had to relieve it at the top. I have told you this, haven't I? Getting old. So I welded a small piece on the front. This is a piece of 4140, I think. Drilled for the little detent thing, and I had to put a little bit of, to build it up there. Actually, you'll notice on this that sort of is, it has 2 points to butt up against, for this part here to butt up against, and being flat and having to make it where it could swivel, I found that it folded round a bit too much. So anyway, the where's it gone? So this has a hole here, and there's a little spring that goes in, and then a ball, and that holds it on there. So there we go. Quite pleased with that. Alright, as I say, excuse me if my old age has told you that twice. Alright then, so that's it for this week. I told you it was only short, but I thought I'd get out and do that before the weather changed, because who knows in a week's time. I haven't really looked at the long range forecast. I know the next few days are mild, but we could have a foot of snow. We could have a foot of snow in April, who knows. So anyway, everything seemed to work fine. Picks up the front end beautifully. Oh, and that clutch mod that you were all worried about, man, it's not that I use the clutch really, but for those people who do, it's one finger. It really is. It's just one finger. It's beautiful in that respect. So the BSA forks, I did take it out and do one section, one of the ones up above the workshop here, which had a little log and a down and an uphill log, and it did it beautifully. The rock shocks of course worked perfectly. That last piece of video before I went into the workshop, first time I came up, you know, you're filming, it never looks it. It's really steep, it's straight up, and when I came round and did it again, there's actually a big piece of concrete there. It was sort of what was left over when they finished pouring the base for the workshop. They just let it go, so there's a chunk, so you can't just ride up there. It has a lip which is in the grass, you can't see now, so that's why you have to sort of unweight and get it all over. All works a treat. I'm really pleased with it. So that was one in the draw. Oh, we had our, where are we? Yeah, it was only last week. We had our club function thing, and the draw was a lot of fun. Everybody enjoyed it, and the chap who's going to be riding this is older than me. If memory serves me right, he's the first ever US national champion when they finally got round to doing something for trials, and I believe it was on his 69 Cub, and he still has that Cub, still rides it. In fact, he might have a couple of Cub engines. I've got to talk to him again, so who knows what might come of that. But anyway, he got that, so we'll look forward to seeing him ride it. He's really good. He won't mind me mentioning this, he's getting on a bit, but he does yoga and stuff like that, and he's slightly stooped, so when he's at the trial you see him sort of walking around, you'll see him look at the section, then he gets on his bike and it's just 10 times better than me. So anyway, that I think is everything I wanted to say. We know that project came out well, looks pretty, rides nice, so till I see you in a couple of weeks, stay safe and enjoy yourselves.